Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tank and Trucker back with you. Today we're going to do a review of the M6A2E1, also known as the Mutant. Um, it has gotten a little bit of a change a couple patches ago. The front end now is different. It used to come down and have that bubble effect kind of out right there. Reminded me a lot of believe it was the Tier 6 American M6 Heavy. Yeah, it used to basically have this front end right here. Um, I guess what happened was when they first designed uh, the Mutant, basically they did it kind of hastily. It's when it first came, World of Tanks came out. I got it. Um, if I remember right, it was for either beta testing or the game, or when it came out, I got it as a special, like a founder's pack. I'm not 100% sure. I can't quite remember. Um, but anyways, so a few patches back, they actually went through. They gave it HD modeling, um, and they changed the front of it so it's supposed to actually be the way it is now with a front slope like that instead of having that big bubble. The gun on this thing is pretty much exactly the same gun that you get on the Tier 9 T32. The only difference in the gun is this is the T5E1E, and the one on the T32 is the T5E1. I believe the load time is a little bit different, but basically the penetration on both are exactly 198, 245 for your gold round, and 53 for your HE. Average damage is 320. The frontal armor on this, a lot of people have trouble penning it because of the fact that it has 191 frontal hull armor. But your sides and rear are trash. If somebody gets on your side or hits you in the rear, even with an HE shell, it's going to do a lot of damage. Your turret armor, to be honest with you, don't even waste a round shooting at the turret on this because you are not going to pen it unless you are in a Tier 9 using gold rounds. This does get preferential matchmaking, so you will not see anything higher than a Tier 9. But the turret armor on this is 229 in the front, 89 in the side, so you can still pen it in the side, but it's actually 208 in the rear. That, to I understand, basically, I've never been inside one of these, a real one at least, is either partially a counterweight and armor, and also where they store some of the ammunition. So, do I like it? Yeah, I do. I've got 95 matches in it. I've only got a 47% win rate in it. But basically because um, partially it had the same armor and effect that it does now, but it didn't have the right slope. So a lot before, pretty much everything could pen the front. Even though it said it had 191 frontal armor, it was really easy to pen. Now, if I can get hauled down, or even if I don't, they hit the lower plate. The lower plate's not super hard to hit, but it's super hard to pen. I bounce rounds all day long on this front plate, lower plate, gun mantlet, cheeks. I've had them hit this commander's hatch. Once in a while, I'll go through the commander's hatch, but not very often. It's not really that easy to hit. And if I get like where they're trying to shoot up at me, it's really difficult because this thing does stand up pretty high. 1,500 hit points, so you get a little bit extra hit points for a Tier 8. Usually you get anywhere from 13, 14, give or take, for Tier 8s. This, you're getting 1,500. It is a heavy tank. 67.66 tons is what my weight is. My low limit is 70.5. Decent engine, 960 horsepower. Top speed is nothing to write home about. It's only 20 kilometers an hour. Traverse is 24, so it doesn't turn that fast. If you get somebody in a scout, they can get you in that circle of death. I mean, if you can turn your hull and your turret at the same time, you might be able to stay up with them, but it doesn't traverse really fast. Standard shell damage, like I said, is 320 average on your standard and your premium rounds. Gets AP for your standard, APCR for your premium rounds. I do tend to shoot a lot of premium rounds out of this. I don't know why, but it seems like when I run the T32, I have no problem penning stuff. But in this, I don't know if it's a shell velocity thing, but with this, I seem to have trouble penning stuff with the AP rounds. It's a fun tank to play. There's not a lot of them. You'll rarely see them. You'll never usually see two in the same match, but you'll rarely even see this tank. The gun reload, well, it's 5.5 rounds a minute. My actual gun reload is 10.3 seconds, and that's with a gun rammer, gun lane drive, and vents. I've got 100% crew on their working on their second perk. Yeah, I do like it. The notoriety when people see it, they're like, what is that thing? Especially new players, people that are just new to World of Tanks. They've never seen one of these. They have no clue where to kill it, shoot it. They're just kind of, their jaw hits the floor because they, don't know what to do. I'll let the cat out of the bag. Here's the secret. If you ever seen one of these, right here, you'll pen every time. If you bounce there, it's because they're really, like an angle like this and you're shooting at this instead of this. Right there on both sides will pen. If you're straight on, right there, you'll pen. There's not very often I've been hit there or there and had it bounce. Usually every time it'll go through. So if you're in one of these, obviously you want to try hiding that. Not an easy thing to do. Other than if you can side scrape, you keep it at that kind of an angle, keep this head behind the wall, and if they hit it at this angle, that's pretty much an auto bounce. Anything up here is going to be an auto bounce, this whole thing. So side scraping you can do with it. That's the best way to actually play this tank. View range, 380 stock, 399 is what mine is right now. But I also have, one of my crew skills is recon. I tend to try and get 6th sense and recon on all my tanks. 6th sense obviously so you're lit up, and recon, which obviously helps your view range. The more you can see further, the better off you can see them before they see you. You shoot them, they don't know where the rounds are coming from. Signal range, stock 570, the actual on mine 607. So, I'm going to pause this just for a minute, and we'll get into some gameplay after that. Okay, so now I'm back, and we're going to go ahead and take this into a battle and see what we can do with it. Alright, so basically I got the worst matchup I could, having tier 9s. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 tier 9s, a tier 9 artillery. The enemy team's got some real good players on it. And actually I think for the tank lineup, they've got a better tank lineup too. Yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the left over here, kind of where the heavies normally go, because I don't have the speed to go with the mediums first off, and second off, hoping that I can use my armor to maybe bounce some rounds from these guys, and that way my team can get off some extra shots. Yep, here comes a lot of the heavies. Obviously, they're going to blow right by me. I'm not that fast, like I said. It's not a super speedy tank, but get you where you're going, and hopefully the medium we have going over there just doesn't get trashed by that Skoda T50, because that's an auto loader. Yeah, he's going up on that hill too. This tank does have very good gun depression. I'm just going to set right up on the corner here.
Penetration.
Hit that RHM over there. I know I hit him with a gold round, which really isn't necessary, but like I said, in a tier 9 game, I want to make sure I've got penetration there to knock anything back that's trying to come around that corner like that.
We didn't even scratch them.
That Type 4 heavy, he's got some really thick armor. T-29's coming around. I won't be loaded. He's going to probably get a shot off on me, but it didn't hit. I'm going to try the lower plate of that Type 4 heavy.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
See, I'm hitting them. I'm just not penning them. That T-29, I'm going to wait till he pops out this time and give him a little bit of loving. They got a lot of heavies right around the corner there. T-30, 103, T-29. I'm not going to waste a shell on that Type 4 heavy because I know I'm not going to pen them. Our guys we're just losing our guys left and right. The good thing is both their Super Unicom players have been taken out. So that WC-111 is going to be stupid. On this map, I don't mind playing peekaboo. I would rather play peekaboo.
Enemy armor is hit.
Hit that 103, give him a nice little love tap. He was giving me a side. You give me your side, I'm going to pen you. He stays.
Enemy armor is damaged.
He was nice enough to keep his side pointed towards me, so. That Type 4 heavy, I'm not going to pen his side, but I might be able to. Well, a T-29 wants to come out there like that. I'll start putting HE rounds in that Type 4 heavy. Let's see if he gives me his front.
We didn't even scratch them.
I actually hit the gun on the Type 4 heavy. I actually hit his gun. Oh boy. Let's see if I can hit that Commander's cupola.
We didn't penetrate their
Yeah.
armor.
That Commander's cupola is hard to pen. The only way I'm going to pen him, the lower plate's lighting up yellow.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Let's give him some HE11. I feel he needs a little bit of that. Oh, I wish I were loaded for that. KV-13.
Critical hit.
Well, 110's better than bouncing, I guess. Our north flank over there is not doing too awful good.
Critical hit.
Gosh darn it. Now that T-29's poking out. Trying to bait a shot off him, and I did. So
Penetration.
we'll give him a little bit of love. We're getting some good arty support. That's nice. It's always nice. I hate arty because I hate getting hit by it. But
Penetration.
T-29 just keeps coming out and letting me shoot him, so I love that. I'll just keep giving him round after round. I've got 21 more gold rounds, so. Oh, the Super Pershing wants to die. That Type 4 heavy does.
We didn't
Just
even
trying to knock his track off. I mean, the thing does like 600 damage per hit.
penetration.
I hit something. I don't know if it was, I think it was the T-30. I'm just hoping we don't lose that whole northern flank. I got already trying to drop rounds on me anyway, so I'm gonna go help get rid of those mutzes. Well, we've got two guys up there in mediums. I almost want to say I think they can handle it, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. Oh, we got a Super Pershing up there, full health. They took him out. So good. I can turn back around, focus my attention back here on these guys. Like I said, the traverse on this is beyond subpar. When you try and flip around a corner, you'll just basically you'll get where you want to go. Whoa, that's nice. I'm getting shot in the back by my own tiger. What a jackass. Gotta love when the only thing that pens you is your own team. Let's see, they're going to call me a useless shit because they're dead.
Track repaired. Drive on.
I guess I'm useless because I play smart and I'm not retarded to run up there and get raped. I am going to move up, though, because I know that Artie can hit me there. I shouldn't have clutch shot at that one. I should have just let her aim in all the way. I'm not worried about him. Too bad anyways. Because now for him to get a shot on me, he's really going to have to come out, and my only fear is getting hit by Artie. Yeah, I'm useless, but I got 2,268 damage compared to him being dead. Gotta love crap players like that. They're all talk.
Enemy is hit.
The only problem is now
Immobilized.
Artie can hit me, and I'm not gonna sit here. Oh, Artie's dead. What am I thinking? Oh, way to kill the dirt, Jeff. I killed that dirt really hard, too.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Yeah, that's how useless I am. I did almost 3,000 damage. Got a kill, but I'm useless. I love jackass players that don't have a clue. Let's see how much the guy that was running his mouth. I got a Confederate Master Badge First Class, being that I'm useless. Alrighty, and I'm pretty sure it was our big mouth in the... was it the E4? I thought it was one of the Super Pershings. I'm not sure. It was the idiot that shot me with his whopping 693 damage. Other than shoot me in the back of the turret. Idiots. But anyways, not too shabby. For a tier 9 game and a tier 8 doing almost 3,000 damage, being that I'm useless and I've got a Confederate out of it. 20 shots, 17 hits, 10 pen. So, and that was shooting straight premium rounds except for a couple HE rounds. I still made 56,905. On a loss, I still might have made a little bit of money, but not a whole lot. And you can, like I said, you can see the gun is really not that superb. I mean, for some reason, I don't know, but it just seems like if I were in a T-32, same position, same everything, I probably would have penned a lot more rounds. But also, a lot of rounds, I was hitting that Type 4 heavy, which, you know, with the penetration that this gun has, premium round at 245 is not going to pen that. You're going to need closer to like 280 pen to get front through that Type 4 heavy. The armor on that thing is, I mean, I've got one and I know it's phenomenal. The Commander's Cupola, you saw me hit that, bounce straight off it. Most of the time I've been hit with tier 10s in that Commander Cupola and just bounce them. But I figured I'd give it a shot. You never know. I did put HE shell on him for a whopping 110 damage. So you can see we had some real great players on our team here. That's just, I'm joking, by the way. Our Super Pershing, one of them, in my opinion, one of the best, well, I won't say the best, but one of the better Tier 8 premium tanks, 750 damage, so obviously he's either shooting all standard or doesn't have a clue what to do. Tiger P, that's actually a very good tank. The armor on that front is just great. Our T29, a 643 game. I think, yeah, the Tiger, or excuse me, the T29 actually has the same gun I do too, I believe. Well, let's just take a peek real quick. That is Tier 7. So we'll drop down there to Tier 7. American tanks, where is my T29? There it is, looking right at it. The gun on that is, yeah, the T5E1. So basically, that gun is the exact same gun that goes on the T32. The only difference is the gun I have is a T5E1E. So basically, exact same gun as in penetration. The penetration's identical. The load time, I think, is the only big difference. The load time on that is 9.41. The load time on mine is 10.03. So I get a longer load time. That must be what the E stands for, is longer load time. But so he's got the exact same gun. He didn't even do, I mean, 643 compared to me almost doing 3,000. And well, being that I was useless. Third highest damage. I got the highest experience out of everybody in my team, even though I was useless. And a Confederate, being that I was useless. I'm sorry, but it just cracks me up. You know, I actually want to look at that guy. Let's see, Taddy Bear. He's got a decent win rate, 25,000 battles. But he's got a joke for a win rate. I mean, well, 1448. It's not a joke. It's not that good. But you know, he did 324, so he did about 390 more damage than me, basically one or two shots, with a tank that's a tier 9, and with actually better armor than, well, I won't say better armor, it's, let's say about the same armor. His turret armor is great, his frontal hull armor sucks though. But you know, he's in a tier 9 with a faster loading gun, does more damage, way better pen, but he's going to call me useless, and he's only got a 1448 win rate. So, yeah, whatever. You know, you get everybody that wants to play your tank, and, you know, guess what? I'm alive, and he's dead. So, oh well. The only other person that did more damage than me was the artillery, which he had a pretty fantastic game, to be honest with you. And Jackass should be Turdy Bear. We'll name him Turdy instead of Taddy Bear. He's going to be Turdy Bear every time I see him now. Um, Anyways, usually I don't pay any attention to the frickin' idiots. You know, if I want to go up there and YOLO and get raped and be dead and do, you know, 600 damage, well, that's what I'll do then, but I don't tend to try and play that way if I can help it. So, that was actually a very good game. You can see that all my shots, except for the ones that I was hitting a Ripper Patton for, I hit at over 300 meters. So, accuracy of the gun is very good. I was real happy with that game. Like I said, made 56,905 credits shooting straight premium rounds, which also, again, APCR, my favorite premium round. Yay, I love the APCR rounds. So, this is Tank and Trucker. I hope you're happy with the review, and you be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.